With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
So the expected is now official. And Cam Ward comes out of the green room. His night was as quick as we thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him at the next level. He's going to be able to expand the playbook, not only the play as it's designed, but his ability to extend and create as well. And it's ironic, CD, that as he mentioned the other day, he gets to go play with his favorite players, and Calvin Ridley and company, who he shouted out the other night.
And the other part about it is we probably haven't talked as much about how much he loves the game and absorbs and can create. Got a story about when he first got to Miami. First day of practice, able to go ahead and decipher defenses, change things quickly, and I think we got a live one in this young man very quickly there.
With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
So the expected is now official. And Cam Ward comes out of the green room. His night was as quick as we thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him at the next level. He's going to be able to expand the playbook, not only the play as it's designed, but his ability to extend and create as well.
Hey guys, so what's going on? How you doing? Welcome to Pro Football Front Office. This is the Tennessee Titans that we're talking about at the number 4 pick overall. Who has a number 4 pick overall? And you know that was their draft last year. They picked Ward at quarterback, which was the number 1 pick overall. So I know the Tennessee Titans fans are hoping that this is the year after that they don't have a top 10 pick. I mean, you guys have been successful. It look like you guys are heading in the right direction. We're going to go over real quick. I read everybody comments afterwards because I'm running behind and I want to try. My goal is to try to do a lot of teams within the time frame of the draft starting, but that might be mission impossible. Okay. So now let's go. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the front office. As you guys see at the bottom, what should the Titans do at number 4? You know, while I'm doing this, just make sure you put in the live chat, or you can put it in the comments later on. Tell me where you guys, what you guys think the Titans should do at number 4 pick. Do you think it should trade down, trade up, get number 1? Or try to get number 2, maybe not number 1, because I think the Raiders are sold on Mendoza at quarterback. So let's go over it. Let's go to the CEO, the GM, and the head coach. Let's get a rundown of those guys right quick. Okay, so your owner, the controlling owner, is Amy Adams Shrunk. Your GM, this is for the people who don't know the Tennessee Titans, so that's why I'm reading. Now, I know the Tennessee Titan fans probably know who the CEO is, the owner. The general manager, Mike Bergonza, and head coach Robert Saleh. He's the former head coach at for the Jets, but he's coming from San Francisco 49ers. Because he was the defensive coordinator last year, and he was a defensive coordinator before he became the head coach for the New York Jets. Great defensive mind. So they kind of replaced their former head coach. I'm drawing a blank. Coach Vrabel. Who's kind of in the news, but he'll get out of it though. Praying for everybody over there. Life happens sometime, but yeah, he can't take anything away from him. He's a great coach. And yeah, so now they're going with another defensive minded coach, which is Robert Saleh. Okay, now what is the Bergonza? They said gained final say over the 53-man roster and spearheaded the search for a new head coach, reporting directly to Amy Adams Shrunk. Okay, so now let's go right here. Okay, everybody see the let's go with the AFC South. Make sure I blow it up so everybody can see it. So in the AFC South, of course, Jacksonville Jaguars, they really they changed their whole season around. Now I know the Tennessee Titans is expecting to do the same thing with this new head coach that they have. So Jacksonville Jaguars are 13-4. They had a chance to play in the playoffs. It didn't go well, but hey, that's a great experience for those young players and for their first year coach. You have the Houston Texans 12-5. Indianapolis Colts, who started out, they were number one at first, but then they had an injury here and there, and it seemed like their season kind of went downhill from there. And the Tennessee Titans, that's what we're talking about now. They're 3-14, so they're at last. Tennessee Titans were last, and I know, like I said, I know they're looking to change that with all the changes that they're making in the front office and the staff. So now, let's see here. We're going to go over the free agency. Let's go over the free agency gains and losses. Okay, so it said the Tennessee Titans aggressively revamped their roster in 2026. They're spending nearly 300, well, excuse me, almost 300 million, 270 million to be exact. The key additions: wide receiver Wandale Robinson. They signed defensive lineman John Franklin Myers, 63 million. I forgot to mention Wandale, he signed for 70 million. And Alante Taylor, the cornerback, a defensive back, 60 million. So those are the three major signings. Their major losses included tight end Chig Okonkwo from he went to Washington, and the edge Arden Key. And while they added depth through the signings, like tight end Granson, Kalen Granson, and tight end Jacob Martin. So they were pretty active. Tennessee Titans, based on the history, they seem like they do a great job of one thing, the salary cap. Their salary cap is always looking pretty good. And I guess they have a lot of turnover too. But that's still impressive because even with a lot of changes in the coaching staff and the front office, for them to still always be at the top as far as the cap, I think they do a great job at that. So now they just have to, strike gold with, just the right match, with the coaches and the GM, make sure everybody's on the same page. We'll go through a little bit more. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you guys see right there that those are the gains. They got two cornerbacks, Taylor, and then they got Flott. He signed a 3-year, $45 million. They got a quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky. He signed for a 2-year, $10.5 million. So now there you go. It's a solid backup. Now this is one team that they're not getting a bridge quarterback. And so this is just a solid backup because Ward is the franchise quarterback. And down here it says defense end Malik Hearing, Jarek Reed, the second, the safety, resigned. Joey Slay, he resigned as well. So that's a pretty good job. And their losses, they didn't have too many losses. So Devondre Sweat was probably the main guy. You got a big guy, the interior defensive lineman. He got traded to the New York Jets. So that was, I want to make sure is that right? I thought it was the New York Giants. Google has the Jets though. They have the Jets down here. And that could be right. I might be thinking about another trade with the Jets. So I just want to make sure. Hold on. Make sure this is right. Just to get confirmation. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to the Jets. Okay. He's going to the Jets. So I think the Giants made a trade too. If I'm not mistaken, but I have to look that up. But it's not about the Giants. Let's stay on the topic. Let's stay on topic. So the Titans, they're really busy as far as making free agent signings. And like I said, they don't have a lot of losses because, in my opinion, I believe it's because they do a great job with the salary cap. Because sometimes when you're forced to get rid of players, it's because of the money and you don't have the space. So they've done a good job of doing that. And now let's go to the last, and let's try to get up, try to pull up my draft picks. Trying to see if it's a way I can actually attach it to here. Let me see if I can do that. If not, what I do, I might have to get slick and try to. Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it somewhere else. Just for time's sake. One second. Okay, the top three, I chose to kind of break it down, but here I'm just going to just name the draft for time's sake. And we're going to be using UC Plus, the sponsor. So that's who it's going to be on the X site, which is formerly known as Twitter. And that way, kind of read through it real quick. Tell you what, I'm running into some complications over here. Wow. Okay. Let's see if I can. It's giving me a hard time. Let's see if I can make this happen. Interesting. Got one more. I'm going to try one more thing. Let's see if this works. Got to adapt to the situation, huh? There we go. Thank you for your patience. Okay, now let's get it there so you guys can see. And this will be it in feel free to leave in the comments like, hey, you disagree and why that is. And I would like to know. I would like to know what you think. Okay, so one more obstacle. I got to get it up for you guys to see. And there you go. That makes sense. And now you guys should be able to see it in about 2 seconds or 3. There we go. Okay. There we go. Finally got it. It took a little while. So here's the here is overall collection of the Titans. This is a mock draft for the Tennessee Titans. 2026 mock draft. And this is from Pro Football Front Office. So, okay, the first pick, which is a 4th overall in round 1, I'm choosing Caleb Downs. He's a safety out of Ohio State. I feel like, you're getting a defensive-minded coach. A lot of people say that's too high for safety, but this guy, man, he can really play any place, as far as the DB, he can play a corner, he can play a safety, he can play nickel. So I think that's a valuable guy to pick at 4. And then being a defensive-minded coach, I feel like Ward, of course you want to kind of build around Ward, but I feel like they have done that. You could go with a wide receiver right here, but I just think that you can get a better defensive player. I believe it's really top heavy defensively. Round 2, you guys probably right about that. So yeah, comment on that pick. That's probably the one you guys really gonna comment on, because that is a little controversial to pick a safety at number 4. Round 2, pick 35, Caleb Lumo from Utah, offensive tackle. So I felt like you get there. You go, building around Ward. I feel like you could get the offensive tackle with greater value because it had him ranked at 28. And then it's a little bit more inexpensive, but then you get a lot of bang for your buck. So we got Caleb Lamu from Utah, round 3, pick 66, Antonio Williams, wide receiver from Clemson. So that's a wide receiver you guys probably will want to build around him. And he is from Clemson, so he's in the ACC. So he's used to seeing Ward from last year. Round 3, pick 101. You have Davison. I'm gonna try to pronounce his last name. Igben Newsom. Could be wrong. So I'll just say David I. The cornerback, defensive back out of Ohio State. Like the coach said, Ohio State, if you're not a first round, second round pick, if you don't think you that guy, then you shouldn't come to Ohio State. And he's proven it, man. He got a lot of guys coming out of the draft or on that draft board. Round 5. So they don't have a 4th round pick. So this is a 5th round. This is pick 142 overall. I'm choosing Jeff Caldwell, wide receiver out of Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati. And he's ranked 146. I'm getting him at 142. So, a lot of people still will look at value. I mean, I think that's as close as you can get. So this is the 2nd wide receiver I chose. So as you can see, I'm building around Ward. But I think you can get those wide receivers like in the 3rd or 4th or 5th round because of the value. Round 5, pick 144. You got Talon Green, the quarterback from Arkansas. And round 6, this is the next round 6, pick 184 overall. You got Emil Wagner, offensive tackle out of Notre Dame. Round 6, you have round 6, pick 194. You have Seth Gowen, a running back from Kentucky. And the last pick, round 7, 225th pick overall, yeah, Scooby Williams, linebacker out of Texas A&M. Guys, let me know what you think about that. Put it in the comments. You're gonna see this on the comment afterwards. This is gonna be pinned for all the Tennessee Titan fans. Y'all take care.